Today we're working on Unit 5, Lesson 9 homework, and this is more practice with dividing with decimals. In today's work, we have decimals in both the divisor and the dividend in some places. So we're going to go ahead and practice. Remember that when you have a decimal in the divisor, you need to shift that decimal to make the divisor a whole number. And if you shift the decimal in the divisor, you must shift the decimal in the dividend. Let's go ahead and practice with number 1. We have 7/10 as our divisor, and we are dividing it into the dividend 35. So we do have a decimal in our divisor, so we need to shift that one place to the right to make it a whole number, and it's now a 7. If we shift the decimal in the divisor, we have to shift the decimal in the dividend. So we shift it one place like we did with the divisor, and then we put our decimal up on the line, and we can go ahead and add a 0 in. Now 7 cannot go into 3 because it is larger. 7 can go into 35 5 times because 7 times 5 is equal to 35. And 35 minus 35 is 0. Go ahead and bring down your 0. 7 can go into 0 0 times. Your answer for number 1 is 50. Practice a couple more together. In number 2 we have 6/100 or 0.06 in our divisor, and then our dividend is 24. We have a decimal in our divisor, so we have to shift to make it a whole number, and we're going to have to shift 2 places to make it a whole number. Our divisor is now a 6. Now we need to do the same thing to the dividend. Shift 2 places, and now we have first thing we do every time is put our decimal on the line, and then we have to add in our zeros. 6 cannot go into 2 because it is larger. 6 can go into 24 4 times, and 6 times 4 is equal to 24. 24 minus 24 is 0. Go ahead and bring down your next number, which is a 0. 6 can go into 0 0 times. Bring down your next number, which is a 0. 6 can go into 0 0 times. Your answer for number 2 is 400. Let's work on number 3 together. In number 3, we have 8/10 for our divisor, or 0.8, and we are dividing that into the dividend 0.64, or 64/100. We have to shift our decimal because we have a decimal in our divisor. If we shift it one place, our decimal becomes a whole number, so our divisor is now 8. So we have to do the same thing to the dividend, which makes our dividend 6.4, or 6 4/10. First thing I do every time is put that decimal on the line. And now you can go ahead and complete your division. 8 cannot go into 6 because it is larger. 8 can go into 64, and 8 times 8 is equal to 64, and 64 minus 64 is equal to 0. So your answer for number 3 is 8/10, or 0.8. We'll go ahead and practice another one together. We have in number 4, we have 3/100 or 0.03 for our divisor, and we are dividing that into the dividend of 18. We have a decimal in our divisor, so we have to shift that decimal to make it a whole number. We have to shift 2 places to make it a whole number, and now our divisor is 3. Well, if we shift our divisor, we have to shift our decimal the same amount of places. 1 2, and there's our decimal. First thing I do every time is put my decimal on the line. Then I could go ahead and go back and fill in my zeros. 3 can go into 1 0 times. 3 can go into 18 6 times. 6 times 3 is equal to 18, and 18 minus 18 is equal to 0. Bring down your 0. 3 can go into 0 0 times. Bring down your next number, a 0. 3 can go into 0 0 times, and your answer is going to be 600. You can go ahead and complete 5 through 12 on your own. Let's practice a story problem together. Georgia, on number 13, Georgia works as a florist. She has 93 roses to arrange in vases. Each vase holds 6 roses. How many roses will Georgia have left over? So there's going to be a remainder. When we see those words left over, it's an indicator that there's going to be a remainder. So we have 93 roses total, and we need to divide that by 6 because 6 fit in each vase. Now we don't have any decimals here, so we don't have to worry. 6 can go into 9 one time without going over. 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. You can do your check and make sure that your remainder of 3 is less than your divisor, and your divisor is 6, so you're good to go. Bring down your next number, which is 3 again. 6 can go into 33 5 times, and 6 times 5 is equal to 30. Okay, 3 minus 0 is 3, and 3 minus 3 is 0. So I'm left with a remainder of 3. And the question asks you, how many roses will Georgia have left over? So your answer in this problem is going to be your remainder. Okay, she's going to have 3 roses left. You can go ahead and complete this page. When you have finished your work, please take a picture, attach it to your assignment, upload, and turn it in on Teams.